Saturday 16th November 2024, it is actually raining in Islamabad. People have been praying for this rain because they are praying that the rain will wash the smog away and then they can start moving across the country to Lahore. The motorway is shut because of smog. It is not fog, it is smog. And if I am quiet, you can actually hear the rain coming down. It has been thundering. Tuesday 19th of November 2024, temperatures has dropped like a stone. It's very cold at night. Daytime is 10 o'clock and we have to sit in the sun to keep warm. So temperature has told us how cold it can be here. The garden is doing well. The gardener comes at 5:45 in the morning. He does his morning namaz, Fajr namaz. Then he comes, then he works, then he goes other places. So people work here very, very, very hard. The whole country works very hard. What is missing is the voluntary sector here. There is a lot of free time for the ladies of the houses, but somehow they are not contributing to the economy. And that's what I see as the problem. The voluntary sector, once it wakes up, which it will, the time will come, the young will learn, and then the country will be transformed. It will not be transformed by any government. In the UK, the voluntary sector is very, very strong. So things happen. Like at Kent Muslim Welfare Association, we work very hard. We volunteers, we give up our time for free, our energy for free, for petrol for free, and so lots of things get done. But here, the voluntary sector amongst the rich is absent, totally absent. And when you ask what they do, they say, "Oh, I look after my family." That is fine, but giving an hour a day is not going to reduce their care of the family. That type of mindset has to change. It will change in time. Every cloud has a silver lining, so hopefully it will happen. The plants here are the ones that we grow in the summer. These marigolds were just starting, and this plant, I love it because of its purple color. We grow it indoors, and here it is quite happy in this sandy soil. The gardener was cutting this one this morning by hand with shears. I would have loved to have videoed him, but I didn't think. He did this by hand. It's a gorgeous shape. He is preparing this one. When I came, the marigolds were just starting, and now they are absolutely fully in bloom. The snails in Medway eat my marigolds. So I try not to grow marigolds, or I'm unable to grow marigolds. This garden was planted in 1963. So it's 61 years old. And you can see the trees. They have grown. They are gorgeous. Because it has rained, they have become clear and green and photosynthesizing, beautiful. Right, Wednesday the 20th of November 2024. Wednesday 20th November 2022. Wednesday the 20th of November 2024, Rawalpindi, beautiful garden built in, or been growing since 1963. The house was built in 1963, and there is a lovely garden, a different view of it, and the lovely plants that I grow so lovingly. And I have to show you how they actually look. And they grow up a tree like that, as a creeper is supporting the tree, and there it is, and it is just absolutely lovely. It's the Swiss cheese plant that I have in my garden, which wants to grow like this, but the winter is too cold, so I have to bring it in. I love the back. This is the kitchen garden, and the gardener is very good. Really impressed with him. He comes in the morning and he's gone before 8 o'clock. My mother used to love to grow this in her kitchen, and she used to grow it, but I have tried and it doesn't last in my kitchen. Here is the same plant which my mother, Mrs. Kamarara Shakir, used to grow, and it used to grow beautifully in her kitchen. This one we grow indoors, but it likes this type of climate. All the pot plants that we have, what I like are growing wild here in their natural habitat. So I just wanted you to see a 1963 garden planted and looked after lovingly by generations of gardeners. This is a guava tree. Fruit come in June, July, and obviously it's too hot for us to visit in June, July, but at the moment there is nothing. That's a lovely creeper that's gone up. And here is another Swiss cheese plant growing like it would like to grow my plant in my house, and it is not growing. It grows indoors, but I have to bring it back in November. I keep it out all summer and it really grows like this, and then I have to bring it back. And then of course it doesn't like the cold guest bedroom. But there you are. There it is. Sorry, wrong information. That's a lychee tree or lychee tree. Lychee. Gave the wrong information. Lots and lots of oranges, as I can see. And again, banana tree. I love the leaves. The story is that a lady was very miser, and she said, when the servants came, she said, I will hire you, but you have to eat on a leaf. And they said, that's fine, we will eat on a leaf. And so they would bring a small leaf. And of course they couldn't stay there for too long because they were hungry, so they left. Then a servant came, he said, yes, I will eat on a leaf. And he brought a banana leaf. And of course you can feed the whole house on a banana leaf. So that lady was caught out and she learned her lesson. My mother used to tell me that story. I've just had an orange from this orange tree. The last time I could do that was when we were in Spain. And fresh oranges used to come every day. They were just beautiful, absolutely delicious. This is obviously an old variety. Here is the kitchen garden, as you can see. And these are lychee trees, not guava, sorry, lychees. 3 lychee trees. Lots of vegetables, homegrown. And I just absolutely love the banana tree. We had our front garden when we lived in Sahiwal was a hedge of banana trees. So this is an only one, it looks like. Well, it is the only one. These must have been planted in 1963 or thereabouts. And lots of what I called plants that we grow indoors, living happily here. And this beautiful cheese plant. seem to be getting a cold. Amazing aloe vera trees and plants going in pots. They like this type of warm climate. Mine is very unhappy. The garden is watered by water from a well. And the gardener just told me the water in the well doesn't ever dry out. Or the well doesn't dry out. And here it is verdant vegetation and a beautiful lime tree. These are what we call Karzi Nimbu. Very, very small.
WhatsApp audio.
Really nice. We are leaving tomorrow for Lahore, inshallah, and flying out on Monday the 25th of November 2024. So I thought I would take some photos of the garden. I hope it will be here next time I come, because what people have done, these are huge plots actually. That plot belongs to this house as well, and but what people have done is, after children inherit, they divided it up into and built huge flats. That's what the next door was, just like this, but look at it, it's a huge thing. Fortunately there is a tree still growing, and next door is also a tree growing, which is in fact belongs to the house. But that's, and loads of people live there, while in this house just one family lived with their 2 children. Now they're grown up. I just love the lime tree and the vegetable patch. Lovely chlorophytums on either side of the well, and the gardener comes in the morning after Fajr prayers and runs the electric motor, and then the plants are watered. As I said, he says this well never runs dry, so he's really proud of it, and he is very proud of his garden as well. And there's the same lychee tree. As you can see, next door, which is the same plot, is built on, and loads of flats. While this must have been an amazing house in its heyday when the family was here. Very thoughtfully they have planted bamboo hedge outside, and it is so thick that very little dust comes into the garden. So the plants here are pretty clean, so to speak. They are not so dusty. I wish more people along the street did that. Some have done it, but the one that really amazes me is this plant. Look at it. I've seen such specimens in zoos, and there it is, another one, the yucca plant that we call it. Again, when you look at it, you think that's what it wants, and we try and grow it in pots. So I've gone back to wilding. I've got some plants in the house which I propagate and give to the hedgehog charity, and she sells it, and then so make some money. But I really don't want any pot plants that are not indigenous, so to speak, so they are easy to grow. But this one is my favorite. I hope she'll still be here in years to come. These 2 plants, the gardener, at my insistence this morning, moved them out. So they've been cleaned with garden hose, and they are absolutely happy now. I can feel it.